Similar to the Russian preparation for the Ukrainian invasion, China is positioning their forces, preparing for an invasion of Taiwan. With the United States getting involved, the crisis may reshape the global economy, reignite Cold War tensions, or worse, start a global war. To understand why and how, we're going to need some context. China is the country with both the largest population in the world and the most people who are geographically spread out. This makes it very difficult for China to govern itself. So many kinds of people with different needs and different philosophies. This has led to numerous instances where territories have tried to secede from the Chinese government to become their own countries. To prevent a wave of separation, China has made sure to keep an ironclad hold of its country to make sure its message is clear: no one is leaving. As soon as one territory breaks, no matter how small, regions will be encouraged to leave whenever they want. This is why China is so adamant that regions like Hong Kong and Taiwan are still a part of the Chinese empire, despite operating like their own self-governing countries. To assert its dominance over these territories, China has used its massive global economic power to garner international support. The Chinese government strictly attacks any products or media that even suggest Taiwan is its own separate nation. The clothing brand Gap had to apologize for a t-shirt that they printed with an image of China that didn't include Taiwan. And movies make sure that there's no mention of Taiwan so they can perform well in the Chinese market. If there's any reference to Taiwan in movies, like the Taiwan flag in the movie Top Gun, it's digitally removed for international release. Image is everything to China, and the government will assert a story time and time again to make sure that their story is the one that sticks with people. These seem like such small things to be concerned about, but this is how serious China is to make sure that its dominance is asserted. Chinese President Xi Jinping has even stated, "The complete reunification of our country must and will be realized," suggesting that this is a priority for him. And it's especially important for China to make sure that they have a strong grip over Taiwan, as this would give them a massive edge in the technology sector. Taiwan accounts for 92% of advanced semiconductor production in the world. The Chinese government, meanwhile, has been positioning itself as a global leader in technology. They've been investing heavily into artificial intelligence research and development. In his book, AI Superpowers, industry leader Kai-Fu Lee believes that China could reach that goal if the rest of the world is not careful. If China leads the world in technology, including military tech, they would essentially have obtained passive world domination. Taking Taiwan is like claiming a colossal oil field, meaning there's an extra incentive from China to claim this territory as its own. Of course, this also means the most powerful countries in the world have an incentive to make sure a Taiwan invasion never happens, and China doesn't invade Taiwan and take too much global power for itself. This invasion plan is no secret. China has been planning this for a long time, and most major countries are prepared for the instance if the Chinese government ever decides to invade the territory. This is all to prevent the worst possible scenario, because an invasion of Taiwan could be the trigger for a world war. The United States would most likely be one of the first ones to respond, sending teams from their bases in Japan and Guam to defend Taiwan as soon as China makes a move. Then US military allies like Japan and Australia would most likely come to aid in the fight because there's so much at stake for losing Taiwan as a neutral party. There would most likely be fighting on the western shores of Taiwan as military forces try to keep back the Chinese government. But that would only be the start. More tensions could likely erupt in western China as a result. India could use the opportunity to take disputed territory along the Himalayan border, and other territories unhappy with Chinese rule, like Tibet, could use this opportunity to fight back and win their independence. What happens next is anyone's guess. All that we can reasonably speculate is that there'd be severe conflicts both in and around China. Because China is a leading manufacturer in goods and tech, this would send shockwaves through the global economy. The prices of nearly everything from cars to toys would skyrocket, even more so if a boycott is issued. And nearly everyone, including China, is in a position to lose something if the fighting gets to that point. Though a diplomatic solution would be in everyone's interests, China has been showing recent signs of getting prepared to invade. When Russia invaded Ukraine in early 2022, the Chinese government was quick to step in and show its support. The Chinese government has likely been gauging the world's response to decide the best way to conduct an invasion of their own. Back in July, Nancy Pelosi, who is essentially the third in command in the US government, went to several East Asian countries to speak with Taiwan's president and reaffirm the US's support. In response, China has been setting up military posts in a similar way to how Putin set up his military by the Russian-Ukrainian border. The best-case scenario is that this is only a threat, but at the worst, this move will lead to the start of World War III. The world is hoping China isn't desperate enough to make a military move like this, and China may be hoping that the response to their invasion will be minimal. There's a lot that can go wrong in this situation, so we'll stay tuned for more updates to come.